Welcome to Earth.
This may be the only thing I do that matters.
You know what they say about the crazy ones?
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
You go, Glen Coco.
I understood that reference.
But to me, you've been dead for centuries.
Yes, what the Rock is cooking. Woo!
And here we go.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the Deadlifting Dorks podcast. My name is Nick, and as always, I'm joined by the one, the only, Big Willie Beats.
That's me.
That is you. That's what they call you.
Everyone calls me that.
Everyone calls you that.
Including my mom. It's actually the only thing she calls me.
That's it? That's the only thing?
Yep, that's it.
Alrighty, we're off to a hot start here. So last week, we decided that for Swole Stories, we were going to talk about people that we hate at the gym, a.k.a. cocksuckers, a.k.a. assholes, whatever you want to call them. So what are types of people you hate at the gym, Will?
Well, for starters, I hate people that use the squat rack for anything other than squats.
That's the worst. Absolute worst.
I like to start leg day with squats, and nothing's worse than when I go into the weight room and I see this 50-year-old man shoulder shrugging 400 pounds thinking he's huge as shit while I'm just trying to do some squats. And he's not even doing it right. He thinks he's huge, wearing his weight belt and his wrist straps and his beer belly. I hate it.
That is awful. That is also on my list. It's the worst. The only way to start leg day, I agree, is with squats, and any other way, you're just doing it wrong.
Do you have anyone, Nick, that you don't like at the gym?
Yes. So I had a new asshole to the gym the other day. He was in the dumbbell free weight section, and he was hoarding the dumbbells. He had a flat bench. He was doing the just the dumbbell like bench press kind of thing, and he had a set of 45, a set of 50, and a set of 55. But when he was done with the 45s, he wouldn't re-rack them. He just kept them near his feet. So he had 3 separate sets of dumbbells, and it just didn't make sense to me because he would take his normal break after a set. It wasn't repetitive sets. Like, it wasn't anything like that. So I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm looking for a 50-pound set of dumbbells, and I just can't use them because this asshole is hoarding them all. It's stupid. It's frustrating.
Yep, that's definitely worse. Right next to that is the people that use benches or cable machines or any type of gym apparatus as their coat rack.
That's the worst, because you don't know if they're using it or not.
Yeah, you walk up to a flat bench and you see a guy's water and his keys on it, but the guy's at the free weights doing curls, and you're like, can I bench? I don't know.
Yeah, it's so frustrating.
Bunch of dickheads.
And then another thing for me is like shirts that I wouldn't even consider shirts. Like, it's just like a shredded piece of cloth that some people like to wear over. If I can see your nipples, that's not a shirt. Like, I don't know, like, what are you doing or what are your thought processes?
No, I'm cool with that.
You're cool with seeing nipple at the gym?
Yeah, no, that's cool. That doesn't bother me.
That's frustrating for me. I don't know why.
But I got 2 more things that actually, no, I got like 3 more. Well, I got 2 and then like a story.
Go for it.
But the first thing is, there's always these group of older men when I go to the gym. I see them, and they're always wearing their weight belts, even when they're doing an exercise that doesn't require weight belts, like tricep machine pushdown, need my weight belt. Calf raises, weight belt. Using the elliptical, weight belt. Curls, weight belt. Ab crunches, weight belt.
Hey, better safe than sorry.
Just really bothers me.
No, I agree. It's usually middle-aged to older men who do that.
Yes.
It's never like people our age. I don't know what
I think
the mindset is, or what.
I feel like back in the day everyone wore weight belts, so all like the 50-year-old guys think, I gotta wear a weight belt all the time. Which is,
yeah, probably something along those lines.
That's just my thinking.
So I have one more thing to touch on, and then you can do your last 1 or 2 you got. So I'm fine with people dropping weights. If you're deadlifting like 400 pounds or whatever, go ahead, drop the weight, because like it's a necessity at that point. But I see people at the gym like shoulder pressing like 40s or like 45s, and they're dropping the weights, and I'm like, there's no need to drop the weights if it's that little. Like, they don't, like, I don't know. Dropping weights is fine if it's like a reasonable amount to heavy amount of weight. But if you don't have to drop it, then don't drop it. That's my mindset.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Dropping weights does annoy me sometimes, but I also understand that, like you said, doing heavy deadlifts or something, you have to do it. But
yeah, absolutely.
This is actually a great segue into my story and what gave me the idea to propose this as our swole story this week. I think it was last week. First of all, this gentleman who the story is about was wearing jeans to weightlift, which aggravates me immensely.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're wearing jeans to lift weights, but okay. So anyways, I'm doing dumbbell bench press. Not that heavy. I'm probably doing like 50s or 55s because I'm not that strong. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We're in the weight room. It's literally just me and this guy. And I'm benching, and then I gotta put my weights down for my rest. And I don't throw them. I just they're 50 pounds or whatever, so they're gonna make noise when you place them on the ground. So I'm putting them down when I finish my sets, and then I do a couple sets, and then one of the workers comes in after I see Gene guy leave the weight room, and he comes up to me, and he's like, "Can you just try to keep it down here? You're being kind of loud." And I'm like, "Are you sure it's me? Because I'm not even doing anything." And he was like, "Well, someone said the guy in the green shirt," and I knew it was that motherfucker in the jeans, because he was the only other one in the weight room, and now I see him all the time. And I should look at him. And I don't.
Scumbag.
I don't like him.
You gonna fight him one day, maybe?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna fight him.
Square up, might as well, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna flex.
You're gonna flex.
Gonna flex on
him. Any other?
Oh, just one other thing. There's these two guys. I have a very derogatory name for them, which I have no problem with gay people or homosexuals. But I call these guys the half-rep homos.
Okay.
And again, no problem with gay people or anything like that, but it just fits these two. Because they come in every morning, I see them when I'm there. They wear their weight belts to bench press. They throw on 225, and they bench it just so their elbows are perpendicular with their chest, and then they put it back up. And that is 1 rep.
They don't touch their chest?
They don't even get close to their chest. They're a forearm away from their chest.
Nice.
Half rep homos.
So that's not the correct way to bench?
That is definitely not the correct way to bench. Because I could do that with 225. Doesn't mean I'm bench pressing 225. And then they high five. They high five each other after and stuff. It gets me so mad.
That's great. I feel like that would. I feel like I'd be entertained by that the first couple days, but if they're regulars at the gym, I feel like I'd be in the same boat, and it would really piss me off.
Oh yeah, at first it's comical. But now I just get aggravated.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
And they're younger dudes too. They're probably in their late 20s, early 30s, and they're wearing weight belts too to do everything like these old guys we were talking about. I'll see one of the guys doing leg lifts with a weight belt on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just, what the fuck is that? And then, even worse, I saw this motherfucker at the grocery store with his wife and kids, and I'm like, I can't believe they procreate. I don't want.
Did he have his weight belt on at the grocery store?
He did not have his weight belt on at the grocery store.
No, damn. That would have been full circle story.
But segue real quick.
Yep.
At the go-kart track I work at the other night, a guy came in with joggers, a bodybuilding.com tank top on, and then he still had his wrist straps from lifting weights on.
You think he lifts?
I mean, I assume so. He's got a bodybuilding tank and he's wearing wrist straps. I guess he just, real quick from the gym to the go-kart track, didn't have time to take his wrist straps off. It's a real time-consuming task, so I completely understand why he left them on.
So instead of taking a post-workout protein shake, he went to the racetrack?
Yeah, for extra adrenaline or something. I don't really understand it.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. But I mean,
very
he
odd.
Still could have taken his wrist straps off. I don't understand. Maybe he keeps them on all the time? I don't know.
Maybe. Just in case he's got to deadlift something.
He's got real dainty wrists. Oh, maybe he didn't want to roll his wrist while driving.
Oh.
It's like driving gloves,
maybe.
but wrist style.
Just taping his wrists before getting in a car.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh. Interesting method. So anybody else that pisses you off, or you want to move on?
That's all I got, I think.
That's all you got? That's all I got, too. So segueing into top news now, Cyborg will appear in the Flash solo film. That's confirmed. Thoughts?
Love it. I don't really know what his role is going to be. Probably just a little cameo. Maybe it'll be post-credits. I don't really know. I'm totally in. It'd also be cool if it was like a buddy movie and it's both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have too much to say either about this. It's going to be cool because that Flash comes out before a Cyborg movie, I'm pretty sure. So it'll be cool. I don't think we'll get too much Cyborg. Maybe we'll get like a Star Labs type of thing going on.
Oh,
but, yeah, that's all I got.
That would be good. That'd be a good connection, Star Labs.
Yeah, because in BVS, when they show Cyborg's like quick origin story, I believe the location is Star Labs.
That is correct.
I'm pretty sure.
That is correct.
So, yep, that's my call. A little Star Labs type of deal.
Guess we'll see.
We will. On to the next one. Disney star Zendaya, I believe is how you pronounce it, is reportedly playing Mary Jane in Spider-Man Homecoming. There has been some uproar about this just because she's not white and a redhead, which I think is utterly ridiculous. But, you know, if people don't have something to complain about, then what's the point, I guess?
That's what the internet's for.
That's what it's for. But what are your thoughts?
I don't have a problem with it. People just being dickheads. I mean, I'm not really that familiar with her work, but obviously, if Marvel cast her, she's got to be doing something right because they don't fuck around.
Yeah, I agree. And for the people who do think it's a big deal, the Flash TV show and also the Flash movie that's coming up, Iris West is black in both of those, and in the comic books, she is white. And I don't believe there was much of an uproar when those castings happened.
Are you saying that Marvel fans are more racist than DC fans?
I'm not saying anything. But who knows? I don't know. It's not a big deal. I don't know why we make big deals about these things. It's stupid.
It's dumb.
More Marvel news here. Thor Ragnarok set photos confirms the return of Odin, and in the set photos it shows him as kind of all grimy. He looks like a homeless man, and the internet has dubbed him Hoboden.
Oh, I haven't heard that. That's great.
Hoboden, yeah, that's what the internet's saying. So how do you feel about Hoboden?
Well, I think it makes sense, because we've all been wondering since the conclusion of Thor the Dark World, what's Odin doing if Loki is masquerading as Odin? And now we know he's a hobo on Earth.
Yeah, the rumors are he gets exiled to Earth, kind of like Thor did in Thor 1, but Thor kind of adapted to life on Earth, so I'm interested in what Odin's deal is and why he's like a hobo and not just living a normal life. I
feel like he probably got like mind wiped or something, because he knows people on Earth, like he knows who the Avengers are or whatever. He could just be like, yo, Tony Stark, Loki's a dickhead and he kicked me out of Asgard or whatever. So Loki probably did something to him. Maybe he made him crazy, or I don't really know, because I feel like people would think he's crazy just as he was saying, I'm Odin, the god of Asgard, or king of Asgard, or whatever. But maybe, yeah. So I don't really know. I'm just rambling on and sounding like a moron. But anyways, tangent here. Did you see? You saw the Thor video? What he's doing during Civil War?
Yes, Thor and Daryl.
That thing's great, right?
It's great. A little side note for that, I did see online today that fans are starting a petition to make that a Netflix show, Thor and Daryl.
Oh my god. Words cannot describe how much I want that.
There's a real petition, so if you want it that bad, go sign it.
I just might.
Do it up.
That video, though, is so great. Like, when he's talking to Bruce Banner, and he's like, why didn't he call me? Or whatever, and he doesn't have a phone. He's like, tell him to send a raven. Send a raven.
Yeah, that's wicked funny.
Or when Milner is taking a nap in his bedroom, he's got him in like a little bed.
Yeah, he does.
And I actually recreated that and Snapchatted you last night, and you did not reply, so a little upset.
I did.
A little upset about that.
Did get the Snapchat, no reply.
I sent that out to literally tons of people, and not a single person replied back to me, and I thought it was hilarious, so fuck all of you if you're listening. You know who you are.
Damn, that's rough. So another side piece for Thor Ragnarok. Another set photo has shown Thor with a business card in his hand, and on the business card, it has Doctor Strange's address. I'm not sure what they're going to do with that. Will Doctor Strange be in Thor Ragnarok? Will we get a little tease in there? But who knows? Because Doctor Strange movie comes out before Thor Ragnarok, so I don't know how they're going to do with that.
Maybe Thor is in Doctor Strange in the post-credits scene.
Ooh, that too.
And then, like, Doctor Strange is in Thor Ragnarok a little bit. Because maybe Doctor Strange helps Thor find Odin or something like that. I don't know, just spitballing here.
Yeah, I feel like it would make more sense if it was a post-credit scene rather than it being intertwined into the movie itself.
No, I'm saying like part of the plot.
The plot of Thor Ragnarok or Doctor Strange?
Thor Ragnarok, not Doctor Strange.
Oh, okay.
Like Doctor Strange is just a Doctor Strange movie, and then maybe one of the post-credit scenes is Thor and Doctor Strange. But I'm talking like in Thor, maybe like part of the movie is they gotta find Odin, and Doctor Strange does like a location spell or something. I don't really know what he does, and he finds Odin. That'd be pretty cool.
He does some wicked sorcery, and then Odin appears.
Yeah, like a summoning spell or something.
Cool.
I don't really know. I'm not a doctor.
It's true. You're no Doctor Strange.
Oh, I see what you did there. That was real very clever.
So, Will, guess what I did before recording this podcast?
Did you go to the gym?
I did, but even after the gym before this, I watched The Departed. And awesome segue right there. Amazon is developing a Departed TV series set in present-day Chicago. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I'll totally watch that.
I would too. Departed's got to be one of my favorite movies of all time. And I didn't read the article. I just saw the title, so I don't know if they're possibly bringing back any characters or it's just a whole new cast. And the setting's obviously new because it's in Chicago, so I'm not sure.
Well, a lot of people don't actually know this, but The Departed is a remake of like a Hong Kong movie.
A Hong Kong movie?
Yeah, it's like I forget what it was called. Because I actually wrote a paper on The Departed for my one of my classes last semester, and through my research, I found out that The Departed is a remake of a popular Hong Kong movie. I can't remember what it's called. So it's the same concept. It's just this one, our Departed, was changed a little bit, and they incorporated more elements of Whitey Bulger.
Yeah,
but so
I just thought it was weird that Amazon said that it's a The Departed TV series rather than just calling it like a new crime TV series set in present day Chicago.
Well, it's definitely not going to be about Whitey Bulger.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do with it, but like I said, The Departed itself was a remake, and it was great. And apparently, I think the movie's called Internal Affairs. I'm actually looking it up right now. It's called Internal Affairs. That is correct.
Oh, okay.
But so I guess it's remakeable, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you can apply it anywhere, and it's still a good movie. Because like that one's in Hong Kong. I didn't see it, but apparently it's a good movie.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool to be set up as a TV series. I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So speaking of,
oh no, I was just
speaking of. Yeah, go for it.
I was just gonna say it's something I would watch.
What would you watch?
The Departed, the TV show.
I'm actually still watching it right now. It's on mute right in front of me.
No, but I would watch the TV show. I would watch the movie too, because I've seen it multiple times. But I would watch the TV show.
Oh, no, I'll definitely check out the TV series whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
They didn't set up a release date or anything yet, but I'll give it a look.
Give it a watch, see.
Yep. So we talked about Doctor Strange a little bit before, and in recent news, Dan Harmon has been brought into the Doctor Strange film to write additional scenes. Little backstory on Dan Harmon. He is the creator of Rick and Morty and Community.
Love both.
So I don't know whether they're both very good shows. So I don't know whether they're trying to incorporate more comedy if the movie's not that funny. I don't know where they're really going with that, but I like it.
Yeah, I don't understand what he would be brought in for. Maybe because Rick and Morty, he deals with like time, not even time travel, like alternate dimensions or alternate realities, but like it's not even like a serious take on it. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. Do you think we'll get a Rick and Morty cameo?
I would love one, but we already got one in Justice League anyway, so that's cool with me.
Oh, we did in the trailer.
Yeah.
He's in Flash's place. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yep.
Maybe there'll just be a Rick and Morty cameo in the rest of the DC comic book movies. Nope, that's Marvel. Yeah, I fucked up.
Yeah, you fucked up. You should watch Rick and Morty, by the way. It's great. And Community's good, too. At least the first 5 seasons are. I haven't gotten through the 6. It's rough.
I watch Rick and Morty sporadically, like when it's on TV. I haven't like started from episode 1 and gone from there. But I like the episodes that I have seen.
Yeah, no, it's great. Get on it.
I will do. On to the next thing. James and the Giant Peach is getting a live-action film at Disney. I don't know how this is going to work out.
Yeah, I also... I'm in the same boat with you on that.
I feel like it's going to be scary and trippy as fuck.
I remember seeing that movie in my younger years, but I don't really remember if I liked it or not. I want to say I didn't like it because I thought it was fucking weird. So I just feel like this live action in this movie is just gonna be so bizarre.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
the one you just mentioned is it's animated or like a claymation or something, and it's just a movie. It's nothing great, but like actual people getting into a giant peach, and then you have like the caterpillar guy, and like, is he going to be in a guy costume, or is he going to be like a CGI character? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I don't know what they're going to do.
I'm not really about it, but like, I'll check it out and we'll see how it is.
I'm kind of nervous. I feel like it might turn into like an Alice in Wonderland, like how they made those movies recently, like that kind of look.
Gross.
With like half CGI characters, half like real people. I don't know.
I wasn't about those, and I'm not about this.
Well, they're making it anyway.
Yeah, I can't stop.
Another new TV series coming up. Adam Scott and Craig Robinson will be doing an X-Files / Paranormal Investigators type comedy show called Ghosted. How do you feel about that?
Love it. Love the idea. Always like the X-Files, like comedy, like those guys. Looking forward to this show.
Yeah, I am too. They're both very funny human beings, and I don't know if they've been on a show together, but I feel like they'd have good chemistry together, so I think it'll be good. I don't know whether it's going to be Netflix or Amazon or on actual TV. I don't even know if they've released that yet, but I'll definitely tune in once it comes out.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something I would watch. I will watch.
You will watch that show?
I will watch that show.
Nice. And recent news, 2 days ago, Stranger Things was renewed for a second season. I'm all in. How about you?
Very excited for that. I'm just sad that it's not coming out until 2017.
Yeah, I believe summer of 2017.
Which is actually relatively fair for like one season of a show to be on like a year at a time. But like, I just want it now, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Like giving themselves about a year to do it, I feel like that's fine. At least it's not like a 2-year thing or even longer. I feel like a year is a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, no, it totally is. I just want more now, man.
Well, if you want more, season 2 is confirmed for 9 episodes instead of 8.
I love it. The additional episode of 9. You know why? It's because they're teasing a new character called 9.
You think so?
Definitely. Confirmed.
Confirmed?
Confirmed.
A Deadlifting Dorks exclusive?
Yep. You heard it here first, folks.
Wow.
9 confirmed for Stranger Things Season 2. Stranger
awesome.
Things.
So you want to get to the biggest news of the week?
Let's go!
So, earlier this week, actually on Monday, Ben Affleck tweeted a 30-second video revealing Deathstroke, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. Left me speechless.
I really enjoyed the design of the new Deathstroke costume. It's kind of more of like an Injustice look. It's very like techie, I guess you could say. Like it's like metal and like not robotic, but it kind of looks like that.
Yeah.
But it looks fucking badass.
It looks much better than the Arrow version. So shiny.
Yeah.
So shiny.
That it does. It looks dope. But in the 30-second film, you see like a door open and then Deathstroke kind of walks to the edge. We're assuming, it's not confirmed, but it looks like he's on like a plane type aircraft carrier type of thing, and he's looking down like over a city or something like that.
Apparently you can see the Batmobile behind him.
I saw that. I saw like it was a still frame picture and it was an arrow pointing to a car in the back. I'm a little skeptical. I don't know if that was the Batmobile. I don't know. It just didn't look like it to me, but it could definitely be the Batmobile.
But anyways, so I'm assuming this is going to be our post-credit scene in Justice League, because Deathstroke is going to be the big bad in the Batman solo film.
That's officially confirmed?
That he's going to be in the Batman solo film, yes, that is confirmed.
It definitely looks like a post-credit scene more than it does like piece of the Justice League.
Well, because they're not even filming Batman yet, so it's got to be post-credit scene, because he can't be the guy all the Justice Leaguers are going to go up against, because he's just one person.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like Steppenwolf or like the Parademons or whatever would hire Deathstroke at all.
Yeah.
So it definitely seems like more of a Batman solo film kind of thing. So we did get a tweet about the Deathstroke thing. So if you want to talk about Deathstroke a little more while I punch this up, that'd be great.
What am I doing?
Just talk about Deathstroke a little backstory on him.
So his name's Slade Wilson. He's basically Batman, but better, but he only has one eye. I believe he was a soldier or something, and then he got some super soldier serum or something like that, and now he's got like super reflexes, and he has a healing factor, and he's a marksman, and he's a mercenary. He's just super badass. He's only got one eye. He's actually primarily a Teen Titans villain, or was at first, and now he's kind of become a top tier guy. And at one point in time, I believe he was able to defend himself against all the members of the Justice League. So he's very intelligent. He's a brutal fighter. And Deadpool from Marvel is basically started off as a ripoff of Deathstroke, seeing as Slade Wilson and Wade Wilson, and they make jokes that they're like related and stuff like that, so that's pretty clever. But they've both become very different characters now, but Deathstroke's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So I pulled up the tweet about this. At Connor Malagna asks, do you think Deathstroke will be the main villain, or do you think he will be on equal terms with another villain in the Batman solo film?
Well, I could see that like maybe like the Joker hired Deathstroke to kill Batman or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know too much about like the Deathstroke versus Batman kind of thing. I feel like it would make sense if someone hired Deathstroke to kill Batman.
Yeah, because like I said, he is a mercenary, so he doesn't usually do anything unless there's like money involved or a personal vendetta. So I don't know, maybe Batman's done something to make him want to go after Batman. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool like if we didn't know that somebody hired Deathstroke, and then at the very end of the film, like the Joker pops up or something.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Like that.
Some sort of big reveal like that. Or it's like the Penguin.
Yeah, I think... Ooh. Or another Danny DeVito Penguin?
Nah. Danny DeVito's
for
Lex Luthor.
That's true. So just quickly, it's rumored that Joe Manganiello is Deathstroke in that video, because we don't know who Deathstroke is. He's been seen in London recently, and he posted a picture of himself on social media, and he's got like the high and tight haircut, and he's got a goatee, which is very Deathstroke-esque. But I'm cool with Joe Manganiello. He's a good actor. He hasn't been in that much stuff. But how do you feel about him, and or anybody else who you think would play Deathstroke?
Did he have the eye patch?
Not in the picture, no.
Darn. I like the guy. He's huge. Don't have much, I haven't really seen him in many things. The only thing I know him from is How I Met Your Mother, where he plays, Eric's, lawyer friend. But he's a big dude. Seems like an alright guy. So I'm totally okay with him playing Deathstroke. He certainly looks the part if they're going for a younger Deathstroke. But personally, if they're doing an older Deathstroke, I think Stephen Lang, the guy from Don't Breathe, would be awesome as an older Deathstroke. But
yeah, I agree with that.
I'm totally okay with Joe Manganiello.
I feel like an older Deathstroke would make sense because we have a somewhat older Batman in the DC universe right now.
Yeah, that was what my thinking was, and that's why I thought, oh, maybe it is an older one. But I mean,
that'd be cool.
Joe Manganiello, I'm butchering that guy's name. He's not that young, so they throw a little gray in his hair. He could be like an older guy. I think he's not like an old man, but like older.
No, I believe he's about 40, but he looks younger than 40.
Yeah, well, that's Hollywood for you.
What would you think, throwing it back to our first episode where we talked about Matt Damon in a Batman universe? What about Matt Damon for Deathstroke?
I think you throw an eye patch on Matt Damon, some gray hair and a beard. Like the Jason Bourne look he had in the new movie, I didn't see it, but he had, I think he had a little bit of like gray hair. I think he could pull it off. And him and Ben, oh, they'd be great together. Maybe they team up.
I just want them in...
They team up.
I just want them in a movie again. That's all I want.
Good Will Hunting too. Yeah, it'll be the Batman. What are those things called? Colon? No, the two dots.
What? Colon?
No, what are the two dots called?
Yeah, that's a colon.
That's not a colon, is it?
Semicolon is
Fuck.
the dot. And
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Comma.
Cut all this shit out. I don't want to sound like a dummy. It'll be called the Batman: Good Will Hunting 2.
You heard it here first. Yet another Deadlifting Dorks exclusive. So that's about all I got for top news. Anything you want to toss in there real quick?
No, I mean the only thing I really wanted to talk about was Deathstroke, and we certainly covered that.
Oh, I went over one more thing really quickly. Edge of Tomorrow director Doug Liman will direct DC's Justice League Dark movie. He recently left the Gambit movie. That Gambit movie's fucking trash. They shouldn't even do that anymore.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this, but I'm excited for Justice League Dark.
Yeah, it should be really cool.
I just want John Constantine and Swamp Thing. I don't really care who else is on the team. This could be a good way to
Ron
introduce...
Perlman for Swamp Thing.
Oh, Ron Perlman would be great for Swamp Thing.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say this is a great way to incorporate Shazam if Shazam is not out yet.
Oh, very true. I think the Shazam movie's in 2018, so they got some time.
Can't wait for that movie, man.
It's going to be great.
Shazam. Awesome.
Rob Riggle for Shazam.
Yes. Yes, please.
So our main topic this week is what we think our favorite movies of 2016 are. Just listener discretion that we know 2016 isn't over yet. Our favorite movies so far. So why don't you kick us off?
Are we going to go back and forth, or you want to do a one-shot?
I think two of our movies match up, so just go through them all. We might as well. Just one shot, and then we can just talk about the films.
Alright, so I did it sort of like a top 5, but I figured that'd be easier to lock it down. But I do have a couple that didn't make it into my top 5, but I still think they're really good movies of 2016. Number 1 on my list is The Nice Guys, written and directed by Shane Black, starring Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. The movie's awesome. It's one of my favorite movies of all time as of right now. It's like a throwback to those old 80s buddy cop action movies. It's really funny. It's got awesome action, and I really, really liked it. Number 2 on my list, we got 10 Cloverfield Lane. It's the somehow a sequel to Cloverfield. It's got John Goodman and Emily Winston or something like that. She's from Final Destination 3. It's really good. It has nothing to do with the Cloverfield movie at all, really. But it's a real good thriller, and you don't really know who the bad guy is the whole movie. John Goodman gives an excellent performance. It's another movie totally worth seeing, especially even if you haven't seen Cloverfield, you can still watch it. Then I got Deadpool, which we don't really need to say much about that. It was awesome. Ryan Reynolds was born for that role. Director did a hell of a job. Writers are good. No complaints with that movie. Next on my list, number 4, got Zootopia, which might be another one of my favorite movies of all time right now. I love it. Jason Bateman stars in it as the fox. It's like it's another buddy cop movie, really, but it's an animated style. And it's for kids, but there's totally, it's very enjoyable for adults. And then number 5 on my list, I have The Jungle Book, which just came out yesterday on Blu-ray, actually. And I got it, and I'm very excited to watch it again. The movie's awesome. I loved The Jungle Book when I was a little kid. Bare Necessities was my jam. And now they've made a live-action one. The animals, they look real, and it's CG. And, they filmed it in, a stage. None of it is filmed on location or anything. There's only one real actor in the whole movie. And it's a little kid, and I'm pretty sure it's his first role, and he did an awesome job. And then in my special acknowledgments, I got 5 other movies. I have Eddie the Eagle with Hugh Jackman and the guy from The Kingsman. Real inspirational movie. I liked it a lot. It was fun too. Captain America: Civil War. Don't need to explain much about that. Bad Moms. Talked about that last episode, I think. I just thought it was really funny.
Yes.
Green Room, which we have not talked about, came out in March. It has the late Anton Yelchin in one of the lead roles, and then Patrick Stewart's in it, and it's a crazy thriller with neo-Nazis, and it's nuts. Check it out. And then finally, I have Keanu, which is the first ever Key and Peele movie, and it's about a cat and gangsters, and Method Man's in it. It's hilarious. It's like a 90-minute Key and Peele sketch. Totally worth checking out. And the cat is the most adorable cat I've ever seen. And that's what I got, Nick. What do you got?
So we matched up on 3 movies here. So these movies I'm about to talk about aren't in any specific order at all. But Captain America: Civil War, like you said, it's very upfront. I don't need to talk much about it. But it's probably my favorite Marvel movie to date, right up there with the original Avengers. And then next, Zootopia. Watch this with my nephew. Kind of an excuse to watch it myself. But like you said, very buddy cop. The bunny is new to the police force, and she needs to prove herself, but she also needs the help of a wily fox in Jason Bateman.
Oh.
But it's a very good kids film, and it's a very good film in general for all ages. And then Deadpool, you said, Ryan Reynolds, perfect as Deadpool. It's a movie that makes fun of everything, and yet it still works. All the fourth wall breaks and stuff. Also, Midnight Special, which I saw 2 days ago with General Zod and Michael Shannon. It's very good. It's kind of like a live action Stranger Things to a point. It's that extraterrestrial kind of old school kind of thing. The government and religious extremists pursue Michael Shannon and his son because his son has special powers. And Kirsten Dunst is in it. Joel Edgerton's also in it.
Just to interrupt you, Nick, I did see that movie as well, and I did like it. It just didn't make my my list. But I just want to say that Joel Edgerton, he was very good in that movie.
He's a very underrated actor.
He really is. He really is. Black Mass, I didn't really like that movie that much, but he was great in that.
And I'm also going to talk about him again in my weekly roundup because I saw another movie in which he wrote and directed.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to this, Nick.
So I just have 4 on my top list. I saw other movies, but BVS and the Angry Birds movie, those aren't going to make my list of top movies this year, although they were enjoyable to me. I do have a couple want-to-see movies. My first one is Hell or High Water with Chris Pine. It's kind of like a Western. Him and his brother Rob Banks or something like that. But it just recently, this week actually, came to the theater in my area. But the initial release was almost a month ago. I don't know why it took so long to get to this area, but I plan on going to see it. If not this weekend, then at some point next week. Next one is Kubo and the Two Strings. That's a children's movie, but I hear very good things. I wanted to take my nephew to it, but he's not a fan of that claymation, weird animation look that it's got going on. It's got that Coraline, Tim Burton kind of vibe to it, and he's not a fan of that, and I probably won't go see Kubo by myself. The Nice Guys is also on my list. You talked about that. I've been meaning to see it, just haven't gotten to it yet. Next one is The Lobster with Colin Farrell and the Bond girl from Spectre, and Q's in it from Spectre as well. John C. Reilly, Rachel Weisz. It's one of those movies with a very odd concept. I have the synopsis right here. In a dystopian society, single people must find a mate within 45 days or else they're transformed into an animal of their choice. And it's kind of like a love sci-fi kind of movie, and just that concept drew me in. And then I read some reviews about it, and it got very good reviews, so I'll give it a look. And then my last one, this is going to come out really weird, but it's a documentary called Wiener, and
Nick loves Wiener.
It's about former Democratic representative of New York, Anthony Weiner.
That guy.
Yeah, how he was the congressman back in the around 2010 or something like that. And then he had that sex scandal that ruined his whole career. And then the year before, he tried to make a comeback and he ran for the mayor of New York. So it just kind of documents that. And a sex scandal when your last name's Wiener, you can't make that stuff up.
That's great.
But
that's great.
It's a documentary. It's a rather short documentary. It's an hour and a half, but it gives good reviews. And I guess it's not so much of a serious documentary. Obviously, they poke fun at Anthony Weiner and that whole thing like that. And that concludes my list.
I just want to add to that. I've heard of The Lobster. It seems like a very odd concept, but I totally think The Lobster is a great pick to be turned into. Do you know why, Nick?
Why?
Because the lobster is biologically immortal.
Whoa.
Do you know what that means, Nick?
Live forever.
Well, yeah. They're not susceptible to illness or anything, but if you crush its skull, it's gonna die. But so if they're not fucked with, they live forever, which is awesome. Be like The Lobster.
I bet they touch on that in the movie.
Would imagine they do. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
So I guess we'll segue into our weekly roundup now. So what have you been up to this week, Will?
Let's see. I started watching Archer on Netflix. Okay. I got this month's Loot Crate. Loot Crate. It's called a Loot Crate, not a Luth Crate. This month's I can't talk. The Loot Crate had an Archer t-shirt in it, and I was like, well, I can't wear this t-shirt if I don't watch Archer. I don't want to look like a poser. So I started watching the show. It's very funny. It's weird because it's a spy show, but it's hilarious. It's 20-minute episodes, very easily digestible. It's real good. Just come home, watch a 20-minute episode of Archer. Makes me laugh. I also watched The Raid. It's like that,
I don't know.
It's I think it's Japanese, Chinese, I don't know, I'm being racist now. It's an Asian movie.
Yeah.
Martial arts, a SWAT team raids a drug compound, and they go up 15 floors and they just fight their way through, and it's dubbed in English, and the plot is meh, but the action is great. The score is actually done by Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park, which is kind of cool. And apparently a lot of the fights in Daredevil were inspired by this movie. So it's pretty good, definitely worth watching for just over the top action. It's great. I also read the Red 10 graphic novel, or the first volume. I picked up this book at Boston Comic Con. It's locally published, so it comes out of Newburyport, Mass. And it's in a world where they have a Justice League type of team, and all the characters in it are basically parodies of Avengers or Justice League members. And it's the book And Then There Are None by Agatha Christie, and they all get invited to an island, and then they start getting killed one by one, and we don't know who does it, and it's pretty cool. It's not finished yet, so there's a couple more issues I'm waiting to come out. I'm gonna buy that graphic novel, so I can finish it up. But I really like it, and there's a real cool character named Oxymoron, who's the parody of Batman's villain, so he's the Joker. So he's pretty deranged, and he actually has his own solo series and stuff, and I've been checking that out, and he's crazy, so I like it. So that's worth checking out. It's on Comixology, Amazon, stuff like that. And then last but certainly not least, I watched the Netflix original movie The Fundamentals of Caring, starring Paul Rudd and Selena Gomez. It's directed by Rob Burnett. It's really funny. It's a dark comedy. It's about this kid who has some form of muscular dystrophy, and Paul Rudd is a former writer who's going through some stuff, and he becomes a caretaker. And he takes care of this kid who is hilarious, and they go like on a road trip, and they like go through self-discovery and stuff like that. It's really funny. It's a Netflix original, which is crazy, because it totally would have performed very well in theaters. And the director, Rob Burnett, actually favorited my tweet on Twitter about it, so that's pretty exciting for me. And this movie...
So that means
I'm famous. That's what that means.
you're famous. That's it.
This movie totally would have made my my top list of 2016 movies, but I had already made the list before I watched this movie.
Damn.
But definitely check that out.
Rough.
And that's all I got now that I'm done rambling on.
No, I'd watch pretty much about anything with Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
In it. Paul Rudd's usually good in things. So on to my weekly roundup here. What should I start off with? Oh, we did talk about Joel Edgerton earlier. I recently watched The Gift, starring Joel Edgerton himself, Jason Bateman, and Rebecca Hall, I believe it is. And it's like I guess you could categorize it as a thriller. Joel Edgerton comes into the picture, and he's actually someone from Jason Bateman's past, and he's like kind of mentally unstable a little bit, and it's just crazy. The movie gets better from start to finish. It came out in 2015, I believe, and I should have seen it when it came out because it's unbelievable. It is written and directed by Joel Edgerton, who, as we stated previously, is severely underrated in all of his works. I'm a big fan of his, but I highly suggest anybody who's into thriller movies to check it out. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I wanted to see that one when it was in theaters, but I just never got around to it.
It's really good. I suggest it. Also, this past weekend, took a trip to Foxwoods with the whole gang and I.
It's weird.
The R boys.
Weird because I wasn't invited.
Nope, you weren't invited. You didn't make the cut, man. It's all right.
It's unfortunate.
But took a trip to Foxwoods, lost some money, had some drinks, got drunk, whatever. Had a fantasy football draft. Probably do it again.
Do it again and
my buddy, maybe. I don't know.
Take it.
You might have to fill out an application.
Dickheads.
It's all right. My buddy Forrest Cody bought me the Suicide Squad novelization, so I started that about 5 chapters in. I like where it's headed. It starts off completely different than the movie does, which is interesting, but it's very good so far. I'm only like I don't know, 40 to 50 pages in, but I like what I'm reading. I know did you finish it yet?
No, I'm like 150 pages in, maybe more. I really need to finish it, but I haven't had any problems with it. Liked everything I've read so far. Just lazy.
Yeah, happens. And then my last thing is I watched The Tick on Amazon Video.
Oh yeah, I watched that too. I forgot to say that.
So I watched it. I didn't watch the previous Tick when that was out. It was kind of for me. I don't know. I don't know if I needed more Tick or what.
See,
I don't know what it was. It was just very mediocre in my
I liked it a lot. I've never seen the old Tick TV show. It's always been something that kind of caught my attention, but I never really watched it. But I really enjoyed the Tick show, and I'm hoping Amazon picks it up. I thought it was funny. The main character, I thought he was very interesting. The fact that he's dealing with some sort of psychological problems. I don't know if the main character in the original series is like that, because we don't really know if the Tick's real or if the Tick's a part of his imagination.
That's true.
That's the only reason why I really want to see more is the Tick real? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I have a feeling it'll get picked up, but I mean, when and if it does get picked up, I'm sure I'll watch however many episodes it is. Like, that one pilot didn't defer me at all. It just wasn't as good as I expected. But also just a quick side note, another Amazon show is Jean-Claude Van Johnson, I believe it's called.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
And I've been meaning to check that out, and I haven't yet, but I'm going to. Maybe I'll talk about it next week on our weekly roundup.
Yeah, I want to watch that too. I've heard it's very funny, and I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. Dude's a badass.
Yeah, I think it's more of like it's a comedy. I don't know exactly. I don't know if they make fun of like Jean-Claude Van Damme himself, or I don't know what.
I feel like it's a satire of himself.
Yeah, I think it's something along those lines. But anything else you want to add to Weekly Roundup, or should we get to tweets?
I think that's all I got now. Tweets?
Alrighty. Tweets.
Tweet.
So we got 3 tweets this week. Tweet,
Tweet,
tweet.
tweet. We should have a theme song where it's just tweet, 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 tweet.
We could. All right, I'll cut those tweets out, and then that'll be our theme song for next
Word.
week. So our first tweet here is from @JohnnySkrills. He asks, "What superhero/villain would win in a deadlifting contest versus all the other superheroes and villains? What are your thoughts?"
Well, I feel like it's not fair to like put Superman in that, or like other people of Superman's stature, or maybe we should do Marvel versus DC, because DC,
However you want to do
DC, I'm thinking it's Superman.
Yeah, I think so too. He's just the most powerful being.
Yeah, and then Marvel, if we're doing cinematic universes, I'm torn between the Hulk and Thor.
Right off the bat, I think the Hulk.
Yeah, I know he's yoked, and the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. So if it's wicked heavy and he can't lift it, he'll just get angrier, and then he will be able to lift it. But we haven't really seen Thor's like maximum strength. And, you know, he is a god, so
it's true.
So that
it's interesting. So we're talking about like physically deadlifting, because I feel like there's some villains and superheroes with like mind powers and like.
Nah, that's cheating. That's cheating, dude. I'm talking about physically. Like, they got a bar and they got some plates. There's no...
A lot of plates.
Yeah, a lot of plates. There's no lifting it with your mind or anything like that.
Okay.
Or, though Magneto could do a pretty good job, probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
So since we whittled it down to Superman and Hulk, who you got in that?
I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna give it to Hulk, because say we do this on Krypton. What if the deadlifting contest is on Krypton?
Oh.
Superman's just a normal dude there, but Hulk is still Hulk.
That's true. So if we did it on Earth, would we even have enough weight to like have a real contest? Or do you think they'd max out with like everything the Earth has to offer?
I feel like they'd max out. I know Superman would max out.
Yeah.
But I don't know about Hulk.
I feel like there's just not enough weight on Earth to find a winner.
But on Krypton, it's Hulk.
Agreed. That's a great question. We need more questions like that.
I really like that question. That was great.
If people could tweet in more questions like that, please do. Thank you very much, Johnny Skrills, for that tweet.
Thanks, Skrillex.
On to our next tweet is from M_BD93. He asks, "How do I improve my thigh gap?" How does he do that, Will?
Hip abductors and hip abductions.
That's it? That's all you need for a thigh
Pretty
gap?
sure. I don't think a man should have a thigh gap, but if you were to want one, you should do those machines at the gym.
Cool. Yeah, it's seeming as I don't have a thigh gap, nor do I want one. I really didn't have much to contribute to this question. I just squat and try to lose my thigh gap.
No aspirations for a thigh gap here either.
Okay. So our last tweet here is from @Ordway. But wait, the O is a 0. And he says, "Hey guys, really liking the cast." Hey, thanks, man. My question is, what are your favorite non-superhero/comic based films of the last decade? So our one ground rule for this tweet is our decade is 2006 to 2016. And I believe we both picked 5 films. So what are your films?
First, I just want to say, Mr. Ordway here, he thought we forgot about him because he thought his question should have been in last week's podcast, but because of the technical difficulties we encountered, we did not get that one in there because we received it too late. So I just wanted to let you know, Mr. Ordway, we could never forget about you. All right,
we never forget our fans.
You're very important to me. And maybe Nick. Anyways, I have a piece of paper around here somewhere with my 5 films. I have number 1. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I've touched on it in last week's episode, I believe. It is The Cabin in the Woods.
Hey.
And I think I honestly didn't even look it up to see if it came out in the time frame, but I'm pretty sure it did. Yeah. 2012. Okay, perfect. Love that movie. Enough said. Next, I got Inception. Christopher Nolan's Inception. Just watched it the other day. Forgot how good it was. It is so good. Then I have The Martian. Not Ben Affleck. Matt Damon. Directed by Ridley Scott. Really good book, too. Really good movie. It makes you actually think it's possible to send a person to Mars. You kind of forget that it's not possible. Next, I have Django Unchained.
Not Django Chained?
Not Django Chained. I'm not a big fan of that one.
Not a big fan of the prequel?
That's 12 Years a Slave.
Jesus.
But I love Django Unchained. It might be one of my favorite Tarantino movies. I'm stuck between Django and Inglourious Basterds, but Django Unchained's great. And then just to switch it up here, I have the 2 Jump Street movies on my list because I needed some comedy on my list. They're very funny, and usually sequels don't hit that good, but this one the sequel makes fun of itself being a sequel, and it's hilarious. And then I think I cheated again because I don't know how to count because that was 5. Technically 6 if you count the 2 Jump Street movies. movies. But I have The Man from U.N.C.L.E. This came out in 2015. It's a remake of some old TV show that my mom watched when she was like 10, probably. It has Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer, who I just discovered. Armie Hammer's awesome. Dude, swole. He's in The Social Network and whatnot. But,
he plays the Winklevoss.
Yes,
Winklevoss.
he
whatever.
plays the twins, yeah. I like the movie a lot. It's really fun. It's like a spy movie during the Cold War or whatever, and it's like Russia and America teaming up. It's real fun. I just found out about it, so it's like one of my favorite movies right now. But this list does rotate from, like, you know, sometimes I'm in the mood for this movie, so it's on my top list. The only concrete one is Cabin in the Woods, but like I said, I love all the movies. That's basically what I got.
Cool.
Oh, wait.
I agree. Oh, yep, go for it.
I kind of feel like I should have picked some older movies, because these are all relatively recent, but
Okay.
That's all I wanted to say.
That's it?
Yeah, no, I just wish I had like a movie from 2006, but
Thank God you stopped me for
I
that.
thought it was pretty important. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pick the newest Die Hard movie. Let's put that on the list too.
The newest
I'm totally
Die Hard?
kidding.
Is that the
I'm
one
totally
with-
kidding. That movie's shit.
I was gonna say that's the one with Jay Courtney,
Yeah,
right?
but he's no Captain Boomerang in that one.
That's trash.
Yeah, no, I'm totally kidding.
All right, man.
All right, you can proceed now.
Can I
Yeah,
can
you
go?
can go now. It's fine.
Cool, thanks. So I'm starting off with a 2006 movie in Casino Royale.
Oh, good on you.
I'm a huge Bond guy. That's easily my favorite Bond film, as I touched on last week, I think.
Last week.
So that's one of my top films. Love Daniel Craig. Eva Green's very good in it. Yeah. The next one is a Woody Allen movie called Midnight in Paris. Figured I'd put it like I guess it's a drama, but I figured I'd put one on here. It has Owen Wilson in the lead role. It's got my girl Rachel McAdams in it. It's got Loki in it. Tom Hiddleston, he plays F. Scott Fitzgerald, I believe. Owen Wilson, like, he's on his honeymoon in Paris, and then he, like, somehow finds a way to go back in time, and he meets a bunch of historical figures and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds really cool, actually. Never heard of it, though. Until now.
Yep. And The Departed is also on my list. Fucking love that movie.
I should have put that on my list. That's such a good movie, and it's older.
It's so good. Yeah, I believe it's either 2006 or 2007, either one. But, you know, the cast is unreal. You got Alec Baldwin, Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg. Like, you can't beat that. Set in Boston, like, come on.
It's great.
Also, I figured I'd put a comedy in there. So I put This Is the End. Seth Rogen, James Franco, and company.
I actually almost put Pineapple Express on my list. Or Superbad.
Those movies are
I like
great.
Seth Rogen in general, so if he writes it, it's usually pretty funny in my opinion.
Yeah, I believe This Is the End came out when, like, all of the End of the World movies were coming out, like 2012 and stuff like that. So it's just a parody on all those movies, and it's
funny because they're playing like parodies of themselves. It's great.
It is great. I love it. And then my last movie here, not sure if you can call this a superhero movie or not, but Birdman is on my list with Keaton and Norton because Michael Keaton's character previously played a superhero, so I don't really know if you can.
I'll give you a pass.
Call this a superhero.
I'll give you a pass.
You give me a pass?
Yeah, no, it's about a superhero movie, but it's not a superhero movie.
All right, cool. Well, that rounds off my top 5. Hopefully, Ordway gives me the pass on Birdman.
I hope so. He's a real tough guy, so I'd watch out. Anyways, real quick here, I got some breaking news as I'm scrolling through my Twitter feed.
Breaking news? Hell
Breaking
yeah.
news.
Love it.
Collider News just tweeted that Jon Favreau, the director of Iron Man and the actor who played Happy Hogan, is returning to the MCU, and it's not going to be an Iron Man movie this time. Do you want to know what it is?
What?
Do you want to know what movie it is?
Yep, spoiler for
It
me.
is Spider-Man Homecoming.
He's going to be in Spider-Man?
Spider-Man Homecoming, yep.
What? That's
I
crazy.
love that guy. And side note, he actually directed The Jungle Book. So
He did. Is he reprising his role as
yes,
Happy?
he is going to be Happy Hogan.
Oh.
So I imagine he'll be with Tony Stark because we know Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in Spider-Man.
Cool, I like that. He hasn't been in a movie since Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I think Iron Man 3 was the last one. So
Cool.
I'm excited for that.
Jon Favreau's good.
He's a friend of the podcast.
He's a friend of the podcast.
He's not a friend of the podcast.
Oh man, I wish he was.
Totally.
Anything else to add
No,
to any segment?
no, that's all I got.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. Will, tell the people where they can find us.
You can find me on Twitter at Big Willie Beats with a Z. You can find Nick on Twitter at Staldy_. You can find us both at Deadlifting Dork without the S because you can't fit that many letters in the handle. You can hashtag Deadlifting Dorks. Send us your questions either to our accounts, the Deadlifting Dork account, or just hashtag it and we'll see it.
Cool. Nice.
Well,
that's all we're really bad at ending podcasts, huh?
So I'm thinking we're just gonna, after I finish talking about all the stuff to find us, we'll just cut it and then we'll go into. All right. Well, thanks for checking this out, guys. We'll roll that intro or outro real soon.
Cool. We need like catchphrases or something to end off on, I feel.
Theme song.
Is that your
That's my catchphrase? Yeah, theme song.
What? I thought you just ended the podcast right there.
No, that's the catchphrase.
That's why I paused. Are we cutting this out? Are we keeping this in?
I don't know. We'll find out.
We might as well keep
Let's
it in.
keep it in. Editing is so much work.
Oh, yeah, a lot of work. Jesus. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for putting up with us for over an hour. We really appreciate it.
All right, until next time, guys.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Alrighty then.
That's all, folks.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
May the force be with you.
Hasta la vista, baby.